Ahem! Hey, yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back. Plasma woke me up from my slumber with the dono. That's how we do things. Hey, yo, what's good, everyone? It's good to be back on YouTube. This is the second stream. We streamed on Sunday, in case you did not see it. That was a moment. That was a stream of a lifetime, ladies and gentlemen. The support and everything, crazy. Crazy first stream on YouTube. Knocked my socks off, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I can say, but we're here, ready to have a fun stream. I'm not even gonna waste your time. Let's just get the mans out here, okay? Hold on. There I am. Hello, in the flesh. Live Rev, I know. This is very uncharted territory. I mean, we used to stream a little bit on Twitch, but now we're gonna be on YouTube, at least for most streams. Don't zap any dogs. I'll do my best. No shock collars in this home. But yeah, let's start off already, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, they're popping off. So we got a goal. Okay, do you see that goal up there? 20 super chats of 5 smackaroos or more. And I will say the D word for 1 minute straight. Last time, it was just saying it once. But now I'll say it for a minute straight. That's worth every dime, ladies and gentlemen. Why invest in a 401k or a retirement plan or a future when you can invest in 1 straight minute of me saying the forbidden D word? And we're off to a great start with plasma. Not donating plasma, but $5. The $5 donation with what is soon to be a possible result right here. One long one. You think I can say any word for a minute straight? I'd be absolutely gassed, ladies and gentlemen. But thank you for the 5 plasma. I appreciate it. And also, Classy Viking with the $2 donation saying Rezu. You know what? That one's allowed. Absolutely. Yo, and Luke with the $5 as well, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, they're rolling in, ladies and gentlemen. 5 smackaroos here saying, hope date night went great with Straub. I can only imagine 2 worth going and seeing. Absolutely. It was really good. I was actually very impressed. It's very motivational, ladies and gentlemen, especially if you like worship music. It's a great, based on a true story. It was a tearjerker. Straub was crying immensely in this film. She was sobbing at multiple points. But then again, she sobs over just about anything. But she's an emotional gal, you know. It's just the way it is sometimes, you know. But absolutely recommend. Thank you for the 5, and also Big Panda with the big $5 donation as well, saying back-to-back YouTube streams. Definitely out here. Peter Grifton. I gotta use that line in a video. I forgot from last time, guys. It's amazing. The number's doing so big, call me Peter Grifton. That's right. Yo, and Corbin with the 5 as well, simply saying Deso. You know, I'll say it once, but if you want me to say it for a minute straight, well, we're on our way, ladies and gentlemen. The donations are rolling in. We're already 6 out of 25 plus super thanks, super chats, if you will. Yo, Quad Manny with the 10 spot, ladies and gentlemen, saying, hello, Rev, opinion on fried ice cream. I've never had it. I've seen it, but I've never actually had it. It's gotta be good. You can make anything good, ladies and gentlemen, if you fry it. You could fry a boot, and that thing would be good, alright? I've had fried Oreos, fried donuts. That's how could you go wrong? You know what I'm saying? Yo, and Magic Misa with the $2 as well, saying, in Revstream, Plasma donates to you. Correct. You are absolutely correct. Thank you so much for the 2. And also, Elro with the $5 donation saying, how does the guy called Rev Says Desu have to be bribed to say Desu? False advertisement. I call this business strategy. Okay, this is elite level strategy. You guys just have to understand. This is just pure greedy goblin mode right here. Okay? And also $10 from Super Sue MC saying, after all he's done, Hasan deserves worse than Guantanamo. He deserves to be sent to the Alcatraz of the Rockies where the U.S. sends enemies it failed to unalive. You know, Hasan has been spreading some very violent rhetoric. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Are we going to get Alligator Alcatraz? I don't know. That's a controversial one. I just hope, you know, we get equal enforcement of TOS on Twitch. I think that's a good start right there. All right, next up, another $5 donation from Running the Train saying, Rev will say the sacred word. I mean, I'm going to have to say it for a minute straight. Like, we're that close, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we're 13 out of 20 already. Like, we haven't even started. We haven't done... Once again, I haven't done anything, guys. I'm just showing up. Like, this is ridiculous. The supports. And Cody with the 5 as well saying, so, are we going to kindness bully Rev and Straub again today while Rev less kindly bullies the idiots? You know, that's a very nice way of saying things. A very kind way. Let's kindly bully our enemies. While, making sure we say W-wife all the time. Alright, here's a $5 donation from Fankid saying, F my retirement fund or account. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a true fan right there. Well done. Great stuff. You're investing in a good cause. Can't go wrong with that one. Yo, Far Cracker with the 14 Canadian bucks. The Canadian Buckarooski saying, spread love, white boy. Love is in the air. That's right. Spreading the love with my wife. You know, this white boy out here spreading the love with his wife. You know, what else can I do? It's white boy spring at this point, guys. Tap in. Tap in. My name is Giggles with the $5 donation. Say the line. We'll say Desu once, but yeah, what's the math here? Quick maths. We're 80% of the way to the super chat goal already. That's crazy. $2 from Mystic Tomato. Saying, I've seen your videos on Smuggleon, great videos. Yeah, I always appreciate a reaction from her. I enjoy her videos. At some point, I'm gonna react to the people who react to me soon enough. I think that's a fun stream. You know, we're gonna do a react-ception even. I don't know. I got so many ideas for YouTube streams. It's coming out the wazoo. Yo, Justin, thank you for the 20 spot. Holy Giga Chad. $20 donation. Saying, may God bless you and Straub. Keep up the good work, boss. I appreciate that very, very much, man. Thank you for the 20. That's very generous of you. Let's see here. Sweet Dog Mountain with the 5 as well, saying investing in RevCoin. That is the one coin you can trust, ladies and gentlemen. You can't go wrong with it. And then Psycho Boy with the psychotic $20 donation as well. First time catching you live. Love your videos, bro. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you so much, guys, for the crazy donations. You guys are popping off again. I didn't think we would go to these levels again, but it's just happening. Just how we do things on YouTube, I guess. Thank you, guys. And also, Bo-Eo-Ebe. I definitely said that right. I'm going to call you Bob instead, if that's cool. Make it simple. With the $5 as well, saying thank you for the YouTube stream. I hate using Twitch. Many such cases. That's what I hear from a lot of people, by the way. So, yeah. I'm glad to see people appreciating the YouTube streams. And also, a lot of cheesecake. Gifting out 5 memberships. 5 memberships, ladies and gentlemen. 5 new Revlings to enjoy. Congrats on getting the beautiful honor of being a Revling. If you're not a Revling already, consider becoming a member, gifting memberships, become a Revling, become a Giga Revling. And honestly, we're going to be planning a members only stream pretty soon because there's a lot of you now, whether you wanted to directly do it or not. There were so many gifted the other day. There's going to be a lot of room for people, okay? It's going to be a good time. Yes, we already hit the goal for a 1 minute Desu. This is great. Guys, I cannot keep up. We're going to get there. The more you guys distract me, the harder this is going to be. You understand that, right? Let me read a couple more, and then I will give you what you have deserved. Okay, we hit 25 plus memberships in like a couple minutes. What is this community? What is going on? Now, PBJ time, saying, hey guys, PBJ here. Just sharing a random fact about our Desu saying Lord and Savior. I don't know if I'm a Lord and Savior, ladies and gentlemen. Did y'all know that Rev is capable of slamming revolving doors? This is like Chuck Norris. You know, Chuck Norris is able to, behind his beard is another fist. You know, that type of thing. Very, very cool. It's a true fact, though. You're not wrong about that last part, for sure. Plasma gifting out. Oh my gosh. Brain is broken. Plasma with a $5 donation saying, I'm Plasma, and I say, Desu. That's right. That is right. And then Corbin with 5 saying, reaction to a reaction sounds fun. We're also going to do, guys, this is a very fun stream idea. I don't know if I'm going to do this one as members only, because that would make the people seethe even more, but like, we should do a video or a stream where I react to like the worst hater videos ever. Like the truly deranged ones, like the ones that are so hard to watch, it's just cringe inducing on every level. I think that would be a fun stream. Just get like a catalog, and if the people are subject to those sort of reactions, are mad about it, they're gonna have to pay to get in, just to seethe even more, right? You know what I'm saying? I think that's a good idea. What else here? What else? I'm gonna read this one, then we're gonna do our promise, okay? Rev is live on YouTube. Wow, never thought I'd see a live. I hate Twitch. Welcome in weather. I know a lot of people don't like Twitch, and that's fair. That's fair for sure. But Rev, we'd be watching schizo videos. I mean, you watch me. I feel like I'm pretty much doing the same thing, whether I'm trying to or not. You know, I feel like we're all in the circus. It's just a matter of whether or not you're the clown or you're the audience. That's the important part. Okay, we're getting overwhelmed with donations already. I made a promise: $25 plus super chats. We do 1 minute of Desu. Do I got a clock on here? Let's see. Timer. Let's open it up, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta be accurate, okay? We got it? Okay, reset. Okay? Are you ready? Guys, I'm not sure if you're ready. Okay? 1 full minute of me saying Desu. Do you want it just straight from the heart? Do you want me to get crazy with it? Do you want ASMR? You want me up close? You want some accents? You want me to mix all of the above? Just let me know. I'm here to please, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to please, okay? Tap in, guys. I'll do this, and then I'll read off some more donos and memberships and gifts coming out. Like this is crazy. Again. A second stream has hit the Rev Says Desu channel. This is crazy. All the above? Okay. Alright. Alright, guys. Let's do it. In 5, 4. Desu. 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 Desu, 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 Desu. Desu, 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 Desu. Desu, 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 Dessous, 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 and time. This is the quality content you have came in for. Too powerful. Did it lag the stream? Or was it because the... I'm hearing, oh no. The internet couldn't... Are we good? No. It's back? I think we're back. It was too powerful. I wonder if the timer lagged it. Do you really think? It lagged a bit. Now you seem fine. That is Ladies and gentlemen, let it be known. Live on YouTube. 1 minute of Dessous was so powerful, it literally broke my stream. But we're good now. One last check. It might have been the timer. I just closed it out. I had a timer running. The moment you stopped, yeah, as soon as I hit pause, I hope someone clipped it. You clip it and ship it. Play it on your way to work. Have it on loop. Do whatever you gotta do. We deserve a redo. Guys, I will never stream. I'll never actually do what I set out to do today. We're already so behind on donations. I have to try to catch up. Okay, first of all, Me Love Rev with the GTQ. I don't know what that is, but it's 35, and it's a pretty number, and I appreciate it, whatever it translates to. I gotta learn what some of these mean. But thank you so much for that. Me Love Rev, simple message. How can you not appreciate it? Also, another currency, CLP, with the 3100 CLP. What that equals to, I don't know, but I appreciate it very much. And the message says from Dikachu, my mom is not going to notice if I donate this bit on her card. Well, you know what? Even if she does, she'll understand. It went to something important. Okay? It went to something important. Then Pedro with the 5 saying, yo, Rev, spaghetti or meats? Yes. Why not both? You know, Straub knows I love a spaghetti. But if I had to choose one or the other, I probably would go with spaghetti. I'm not going to lie. Chat says do-over. Okay. If I can catch up in a second here, maybe we'll do a do-over, okay? Then, Farcracker with another donation. 28 Canadian buckarooskies. Thank you very much for the 28 Canadian bucks, saying the Moose Man. Yeah, thank you, Moose Man. I appreciate that very much. And Justin, welcome you, Giga Reveling. Thank you for the membership. And then $5 from On the Brink, saying for your HPDS meds, love your channel. Is that Hasan Piker derangement syndrome? You know what? I might need that. And welcome in as well, Weather. You Reveling, thank you for the membership. Then we got, come on, please just do it, saying shout out to Straub's Daily Devotional. Hope to see more with the 20 smackaroos, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for the $20. That's absolutely insane. Thank you. And shout out to Justin Hart with 5 gifted memberships. Congrats to the new members on that. All 5 of you. And then Plasma with the 5 gifted memberships as well. I mean, what are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? So many members. We love to see all these new members. We're almost caught up, okay? Now we got 5 from David Martinez saying the Dessous is so strong it lagged the stream. Yeah, we might have to do it again. Chat, I have one more to read, okay? And during that time, just let me know. If I gotta do the 1 more minute of Dessous, I will do it, okay? I'm a man of the people. There was too much support to not take in what you guys have to say, okay? But here's the last one from Farcracker saying the Moose Man had struck the stream with the 7 Canadian buckarooskies. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, something crazy happened there, for sure. I didn't get to experience it. All right, we'll see if it was the timer. This time, no timer. Okay. When I start, Straub, you count, And then tell me in the chat when it's been a minute. How about that? How about that? How about that? And last but not least, oh, it keeps going, ladies and gentlemen. Jabronius! Becoming a Giga Reveling member. Welcome in, welcome in. And also, Lucius with the $10 donation saying, just a reminder that you're good enough as you are. You matter and you're a good person. Have a peaceful day. What in the wholesome? Thank you very much. You know what? As far as I'm concerned, everyone here right now, you're all good enough as you are. You all matter and you're all good people. And I hope you all have a peaceful day. And last but not least, before we try this again, we'll welcome in another Giga Reveling. This time it's Pura. Welcome in, you absolute Giga Chat. Okay, one more from Intimidator. First dad joke on your YouTube. Do you know why a vampire wouldn't like being a prospector during the gold rush? Because he'd have to stake his claim. Ba-doom-tsh. Beautiful stuff. Thank you, Intimidator. All right, we're going to get the 1 minute. Straub, are you ready? Are you ready for this? Okay? Here we go. On my time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Desu. 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 Desu wa? Desu. 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 Konnichiwa, desu. 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 Desu, 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 desu. Desu, 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 and time. I feel like that was more than a minute, but you know what? It was worth every second, ladies and gentlemen. Whew, man, it didn't lag out the stream. So the timer lagged out my stream. That is really weird. That is really weird. Can you believe that? A simple timer, like the clock function on your computer, lagged out my stream. Finicky. Finicky, making up for lost time? Yes. Yo, Kaz, thank you for the 125. That's Filipino money right there, I believe. I've been watching you for months, and I'm glad I didn't listen to those haters. Love from the Philippines. The Philippines, one of my biggest non-US bases of viewers. No idea why, I just appreciate it. So welcome in. And Plasma with the 20 additional dollars. Simply saying woots. Yeah, you said it right as the Desus were flying out. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Thank you for the 20 spot. That's crazy. Succubus Bait with the $5 saying Desu ASMR. I mean, that's powerful. That is powerful. Farcracker with the 7 Canadian bucks saying I'm going into debt for this. Hasan, Gifted Power Rev, Pure Efforts. That is correct. Guys, we gotta do stuff, okay? We gotta do stuff. This has been 30 minutes of reading donations, okay? Like, come on. All right, cut it out. We gotta get to actual work here. And just for the record, ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know, this art, by the way, was made to mock me. I say yoink. This is awesome. What are you talking about? Thank you. This is just perfect. Thanks for the free asset. But yeah, we're going to talk about Hasan and company today. Hasan is doing something I haven't seen him do as far as I'm concerned, and that is threatening defamation lawsuits. we've gone to that level. The biggest defamer out there is now trying to sue people or threaten to sue people for defamation. And why exactly? Because they're repeating things he has already said publicly. Like I said, this is awesome. Like, I love this image. Like, what do you guys mean? Like, this is supposed to make me feel bad? This is how I feel when I'm talking about Hasan. But you know what? Like, yeah, it's bad enough that I gotta deal with Hasan, but perhaps just as bad, the Orbiters. Okay? The Orbiters are just as bad in many regards. In this case, we got one Orbiter also looking into getting a defamation lawyer. We got multiple Orbiters being gigantic hypocrites due to their OnlyFans participation. We also got iDubbbz just hanging in there, I guess, at this point. But yeah, this image, man, they thought they cooked with this one. This ended up being a nightmare. They said, "Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan." Little did they know, they just entered their own nightmare, an endless content farm. So, in case you guys are not familiar, why are a lot of people angry at Hasan this time? Well, there was a clip of him just straight up saying that people who use, let's say, game end bombs are not as effective when they launch attacks as current technology offers, mainly through drones. So instead of just blowing yourself up, you should use a drone with explosives. And Hasan told people exactly where to find these drones and how much they cost and how easy it is to have them sent to you, right? Well, that doesn't really sound great. A lot of people have had things to say, right? Including a councilwoman from New York City who said this very controversial, apparently, because this is the subject of a potential defamation suit. She says this: Hasan Piker is telling his followers to make gay men drones. Hasan also said that America deserved 9/11 and has hosted Houthi terrorists on his stream. Anyway, here are a couple pictures of our mayor and a current city councilman hanging out with him recently. Now, for those who have been paying attention to the whole shebang here, where's the lie? Because with defamation, guys, it's actually a lot harder to prove than people think. It's not just like, oh, you lied about me, or I think you're lying about me. You have to prove that what they're saying is not only a lie, you also have to prove intent. You have to prove malice. That the person knew what they were saying was false, but didn't care anyways because they wanted to damage the person who was the subject. So if Hasan wants to threaten a defamation suit based on these statements, he has to prove that all of this is false and that this councilwoman is only doing this to hurt him by maliciously spreading lies. That's a tall order, ladies and gentlemen. A very tall one. Because I can sit here with about 2 seconds of research and just start hammering off these claims. So let's start with Hasan telling his followers how to make these drones. We just saw that, okay? It's right in the clip. We've seen it on stream and on YouTube videos. We know that one. But the next part is about America deserving 9/11. Well, that's pretty simple. Let's just pull up the clip.
This guy has the understanding of foreign policy of like a 12-year-old. What the f***? What the f*** is wrong with this dude?
Also, just by the way, people like focus on the 9/11 comment in this. Listen to how he describes a wounded veteran, by the way.
Didn't he go to war and like literally lose his eye because some mujahideen, a brave f***ing soldier, f***ed his eye hole with their dick? Isn't that how he lost his f***ing dumbass eye? Because he got his f***ing eye hole f***ed? America deserved 9/11, dude. F*** it. I'm saying it.
September.
Well, let's go back to the claim. So he definitely said America deserved 9/11. In fact, he actually said worse than that, telling a guy who lost his eye in war that it was actually basically R-worded out of his head by brave soldiers on the other side. That's insane. That's a pretty gross thing. That's some bro tips type commentary right there. But there's this other part, okay? Like, we know he said the comments about 9/11, okay? And then we have this part about, you know, the mayor. This is Zoran Mamdani, who's currently the mayor. Well, he did collaborations with Hasan. Here they are dapping it up, man. Like, woo, yeah, cool. I'm going to be the mayor of the city that you said deserved to have nearly 3,000 innocent civilians murdered in a brutal terrorist attack. They're dapping up. And imagine they voted this guy in as mayor, knowing this, by the way. Oh yeah, and by the way, those comments about 9/11, that led to Zoran Mamdani, when asked about it, to publicly disavow Hasan Piker. So not only did the statements happen, the relevant mayor that's being brought up disavowed him over those comments. So I think we can sit here and safely say, ladies and gentlemen, going back here, where's the lie? Okay? Where's the lie when it comes to that? Let's go to the next part about hosting Houthi terrorists on stream. Well, he did that. He interviewed, I'm sorry guys, not a Houthi terrorist. He's just a pirate. Well, what do you think a pirate does, ladies and gentlemen, in the modern context, or any context for that matter? Exactly. Okay? This was just some innocent kid, according to Hasan Piker, you know, the one he was glazing up because he found out this terrorist watches One Piece, so he glazed him. He describes him as just a random 19-year-old Yemeni kid.
I don't understand why you wouldn't care if he's out there tweeting an image of a Jewish person on a pike. I don't understand why this problem can't be approached with nuance. Because he is a teenager in Yemen, dude. These people have no material power. They cannot touch you. They cannot harm you.
So the audio's a little low, but in case you didn't hear it, he said, referring to this this individual who has shown himself literally boarding ships. He said he's just a Yemeni teenager. He's just a kid living in Yemen. What can you do? What can you do about it? Yeah, I know the audio's a little low. I'm just going to describe it. He was just saying he's just a teenager. And he's harmless. Okay, well, that's interesting. Because recently that same random teenager said, it's time to wake up and hunt Israeli ships. Well, that defense of him just being a random teenager is, it's not holding up too well. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll say that. And also, by the way, when he was referring to, in the beginning, he was talking about a Jew being on a pike. That was a tweet that this individual right here shared on Twitter of a Jewish man being impaled, let's say bottom to the top. And it wouldn't surprise you because when it comes to the Houthis, one of their main mantras is to, their main missions is to literally eliminate all Jews in the world. So this is the innocent teenager that was referred to in the tweets, or in the tweet by the councilwoman. And again, let's not forget, he doesn't have an issue with Hezbollah, the terrorist arm of the Iranian regime, but he's also praised Yemen's Houthis for seizing ships, an act of terror. It just gets worse and worse, ladies and gentlemen. But hey, the shamelessness just never ends. Because Hasan says, be on the lookout for a defamation suit, councilwoman. Wow, the pot calling the kettle black, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe it? Can you believe the nerve of this guy to say he's going to sue anyone for defamation? I think you're pretty hard-pressed to find a single lie in this statement, let alone prove that she knew these were lies and did so anyway with malicious intent. Now, of course, this is all part of the Hasan system. You know, guys, this is nothing new. This is the Hasan system. Let's read through it, okay? H. Ignore critics' content to obscure their argument. Alter. Drastically misrepresent the opposing view. Strawman. Attack the misrepresentation by grouping critics with deplorables. Avoid. Debate only weaker opponents, never the original person. And finally, name call. Label frustrated opposition as crazy or obsessed to discredit them. And basically at this point, he is trying to accuse his enemies of what he's doing himself, his critics. It's also a very Marxist thing to do as well. He knows a little bit about defamation. He's done it to countless content creators, including ya boy Rev, by the way. But another person it's happened to is Legal Mindset, an actual attorney. This is not something he's not too far attached from, because he, like any critic of Hasan, has been slandered. This is a clip from not that long ago, where, of course, Hasan called Legal Mindset, a man with a law degree and who is a licensed attorney, a fake lawyer.
Dude, there's something so funny about people being like, dog, have you seen the Legal Mindset video about you? Dude, if I were to cover every Rumble lawyer, fake lawyer, that actually is like a fucking right-wing freak that spends most of their time talking about like trans people, I would lose my mind. I would have no time to cover anything else. I get it. A lot of you are drama perverts, okay? And you nut when you think about the prospect of drama. But I'm not going to pay any mind or any attention to some fucking psychotic MAGA lawyer, not a real lawyer, but a passport bro.
So multiple times in the same clip, he says that Legal Mindset is a fake lawyer. Like, just outright, you are not a real lawyer. Which, by the way, is not just slandering him. I mean, that is damaging his name. He is turned to as a lawyer because of his credentials as being a lawyer and a licensed attorney, which he is. And Hasan defaming him, and that's not my words, that is the words of Legal Mindset. He's being defamed by these comments. It hurts his reputation and hurts his bottom line. It hurts his authority by trying to undermine his credentials. And he said, flat out, Legal Mindset said, like, you're on record, you know now, I am a lawyer, here's my qualifications. If you say this again, do we have to go further? And I think that's very, very fair to say. But Legal Mindset would weigh in on this, the current situation, saying, spoiler, Hasan's not winning that defamation suit, even if he filed, which he won't. Also insanely ironic from the king of defamation, it's hard to think of anyone with an alternative opinion to Hasan that he hasn't falsely accused of a crime or otherwise defamed. I mean, he's 100% correct. And also, there's some irony here too. Threatening critics with a lawsuit is something that Hasan tried to accuse Ethan Klein of doing when he sued Caseytron, Denims, and Frogan for copyright infringement. In fact, not that long ago, he demanded that Ethan drops the lawsuits and basically mocked him for even using them in the first place. And of course, people are quick to point out, wait a second, how is this any different than what you're doing right now? Well, I'll tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, it is different. This is different, but not for the reason that Hasan thinks. Ethan Klein's lawsuits are different because he has legitimate basis. He's already won one out of the three, okay? And the other two, not looking great. Their GoFundMes are pretty much a GoFundMe for Ethan Klein's collection when he eventually wins. Which, by the way, was the prediction of Legal Mindset, the so-called fake lawyer, who told them all to settle instantly and just end this before it goes to court. Caseytron found out the hard way. The other two, still finding out. But anyways, Ethan Klein had a legitimate case to be raised here. Hasan is trying to silence this councilwoman for basically just reporting on what he's saying and doing publicly already. But he has something different here. Guys, this is different. Trust me, it's totally different.
On a line. If it wasn't an elected official, I wouldn't give a shit. Who gives a fuck what some like random dickhead on Twitter says?
I think you care.
Yeah, suing a content creator for being a bitch is very different than suing a flagrantly racist councilwoman in New York City.
Flagrantly racist. So now she's racist. Is he implying that he's being targeted because of his race? That's crazy. He is truly the chameleon of the streaming scene. One day he's a white dude speaking on behalf of all white people. He's the king of white people. He can use that to disparage his fellow white people. Then the next day he's a Middle Eastern man who's being discriminated against and the subject of racist attacks. I don't know where there was racism in anything we're talking about here, but that's interesting. And he does, that's correct. He has a lot of people backing him.
And all your evils being legally revealed, Hasan. Okay.
I kind of spoke over it, but someone said enjoy discovery. So if he's going to go through this legal process, he's going to open himself up to discovery. And for those who don't know, basically it means they can start ripping into like his social media contacts, private contacts, things like that, which could reveal a lot about this guy. Discovery is a legitimate reason why people don't want to get involved in lawsuits or file them, because they don't want skeletons to be ripped out of the closet, so to speak.
Okay. I don't know what these guys think like a defamation lawsuit is going to reveal. Do they legitimately think that I'm in contact with like the Taliban or like the Iranian government or something?
Nobody thinks that. Like, that's the thing, right? Like, change the narrative. Don't address the actual criticisms. Make something up. Straw man. Nobody's saying Hasan is in direct contact with the Taliban or the Iranian regime. We're just saying you're spreading crazy rhetoric, dangerous rhetoric, and platforming terrorists and saying you're okay with the actions of groups like Hezbollah. Like, that's what people are actually saying.
Because if that was the case, that wouldn't come out in a fucking legal suit. The FBI would be knocking on my fucking door.
Well, that's the thing. People look at you and go, how have you not received any legal punishment at this point? You've been doing this stuff for a while. Like, threatening sitting U.S. officials multiple times. I mean, how has there been no consequences? It's actually kind of insane if you really think about it. But before we move on to the next subject, so we've talked about Hasan and what's going on with him. We're going to talk about the Orbiters now. The second half of this is going to be about the Orbiters. Because the Orbiters, they're active, right? They're active right now. They're scheming. They're getting exposed as hypocrites. And I'm going to really hammer home just how hypocritical two in particular are for their constant financial gain through OnlyFans, while trying to also condemn anyone who supports Israel while they're doing the exact same themselves, and they're fully aware of it, but we'll get there in a second. Let me read some donations, because we're popping off again. Ladies and gentlemen, what are we doing over here? First of all, Plasma with the 50 spot, the 50 bones, if you will. That is absolutely insane. Donating the real plasma here, 50 bones. Thank you so much for the $50. That is absolutely crazy. We got to work on some like special type reactions for this stuff, but that's something to work on in the future. Yo, welcome in also Gingodono. Welcome in, you Giga Reveling. Thank you for the membership. Corbin with another 10 saying the stream just wasn't ready for the sheer power when Rev says Desu. It needed to prepare itself first. Absolutely. Thank you for the $10. So Geich with the 2 saying glasses looking smaller than usual today. Really? I was kind of messing with them earlier. Let me Nope, hold on. This one's for you, okay? This one's for you. There you go. A 1 unit increase in size. Simey saying Rev says yoink with the 5. I appreciate that very much. Weather with $5 saying since False just released his last video, I'm going to need you to step up your game. Thanks. I know. I can't believe he, well, I'm not surprised he's moving on. He's been kind of dormant for a while. I'm interested where he's going next, because I think it's going to cause a lot of seething. The people who hate False, I think he's going somewhere good. I have some ideas. I have no insider knowledge with. I don't know the guy, but like I feel like if he gave that up, he's going somewhere probably pretty good. I messed them up on side scrollers, so it's probably my fault. What do you mean? What you mean, Straub? Let's see, what else we got here? 5 from Weather saying, Darling Straub, do you do stuff on YouTube as well? Go ahead, link your stuff, Straub. Go ahead. Yes, she does. She's been very active. She's been streaming. She's been doing some great content. Very proud of her. Daniel with the 2. Canadian Buckarooski saying Hasan on the terror watch list when? Well, whenever someone actually has some standards to uphold here, just like with the Twitch TOS. Let's start with the Twitch TOS being enforced regularly. How about that, you know? Yo, Dylan, thank you for the 5 saying Operation Kaya Liberation when? I don't know. Daniel with the 10 saying, too bad we can't see Hasan do a video trip to Guantanamo Resort to rate his stay. How many stars he'd rate on his accommodations, food, exercise, facilities. Thank you for the 10 Canadian Buckarooskis. Welcome in another new Revling. This time, Bansel. Welcome in. Thank you very much. And then we got the 5 Canadian. So many Canadians today. What is with the rush of Canadians? The Canadians are popping off. Americans, what are we going to do about this? You're getting outshined. My goodness. People are realizing that Hasan's crybullying is not as effective as he thinks, truly deserving of being pointed to and laughed at. I think what's amazing is he's really, like, holed himself up, you know? It's like, it's his community. He's just got the sycophants at this point. Everyone else, even the neutral people, are just tired of it. But he has such a large base, like, I don't know, like, if the Kaya stuff and all of his crazy comments wasn't enough, I don't know what it's going to take for them to turn away and finally just be like, man, that's a little too much. Yo, and thank you for the 50 NOK from GD Chris saying, thank you for your donation. You took the words right out of my mouth. Thank you very much. And welcome in a new Giga Revling. A Giga Revling by the name of Gengar. Welcome in, and oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, can we get some 07s in the chat right here? 07s, right as I read their current one. Gengar comes in with 100 spots. 100 bones. That's premium USD. Saying, brother, God bless you and your wife. I hope you stay blessed and keep up the content. I am truly blessed. Thank you so much for the $100, dude. What are we doing? 07s, that's right. Salute this great individual. Thank you so much. That is very, very generous. You guys are all very generous. Even just hanging out here. Thank you for the $100. That's crazy, dude. And speaking of crazy, also 20 from Gwemin. Saying insert coping and seething song here for the Pikachu, Abi, and Co. Yeah, there's a lot to go. Guys, you know what's crazy? I could cover so much more. I feel like YouTube, something about YouTube, it's opened my third eye and made me realize there's really just that much to cover around here. It's actually crazy. Yo, $2 from DCV Titan. That's Canadian bucks too. We smell blood in the water. We want Geneva expansion. Heck yeah, brother. Now we also got a new member, a Revling by Classy Viking. Welcome in. Thank you for the continued support. And then my name is Giggles. Say, look up Freedom Tunes. Hasan video is hilarious. I've heard of Freedom Tunes before. For sure. I will check that out actually after stream. I am familiar with that account. I have not seen the Hasan video. And then Silver Dragoon with the 250, I believe, Filipino bucks, saying, I think there needs to be a new addition to that acronym like paralyze, shock the populace to try to distract them from the other problem points, imply hint to your audience to do the dirty work. That's the point, right? You hint at what you want to be done without actually saying it. That's how a lot of people operate in the Hasan orbits. And last but not least, Miss Bella Games. Welcome to the Giga Reveling family. We are caught up, ladies and gentlemen. We're caught up. It's time to get back to the content. Okay, one more from JMH Mo Money saying, hey Rev, been watching your content for a while. It's freaking awesome. Keep doing God's work. Also, do you have a degree in Twitter freak psychology? At this point, I have an honorary degree. I did enough of the groundwork to make that happen. But thank you very much. Let's move on to the first orbiter. This one's a lesser known Hasan orbiter. Despite, I believe, having one of the larger followings, he's just kind of a punching bag at this point. This is Mike from PA. Mike from PA is one of those people who's very violent in his words. He has threatened. Thanks, ad blocker. Thanks. I really appreciate this. Interrupting my stream. That's super cool. I'm definitely not going to do that. You literally interrupted my stream with this. Are you kidding me? It's a joke? Anyways, my goodness. Back to the Hasan orbiter. Mike from PA. He has threatened multiple content creators, right? He has also put bounties on heads of other content creators. And many more. He also lost a fight to a couch. Also true. And this is something that has translated into a lot of criticism. And rightfully so, of course. But he's also looking for an attorney. He's just looking for attention? I believe so. I'll explain why. So he's looking for a good defamation attorney in the Los Angeles area. I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're searching for an attorney on Twitter, two options, okay? One, you're not serious. You're not serious at all. Or, number two, you're cooked. You're absolutely fried to the maximum because you're just not looking in the right direction whatsoever. Bounties? Yeah, he put I can't remember how much money it was, but he put a significant bounty, like tens of thousands of dollars, on the head of Destiny. And I'm no Destiny fan, by the way. I think he's completely unhinged. But he did that live on stream. He put a bounty on his head, which is unhinged stuff. But as pointed out here, apparently this is the context. I don't know much about Mike from PA, but apparently some people are claiming Mike was a Republican. He tried to even run for some position as a Republican, according to these people. And now people are pointing this out, and he's vaguely referring to the need for a defamation attorney. What? Interesting. Interesting. It was like 10K. I lose track, guys, because Denim's, another Hasan orbiter, put a 20K. Actually, no, I'm sorry. There was a 20K bounty on the head of Mark Kern, but she upped it to 30,000 live on stream. So yeah, I'm confusing the bounty amounts from these Hasan orbiters that they've placed on other people. It's hard to keep track sometimes. Yeah. But you know what? Like, again, if you're looking for defamation, the problem is, I mean, we don't have to lie about you to make you look silly, right? I mean, this guy makes a fool of himself on Twitter all the time, but like, ain't nothing topping this, ladies and gentlemen. Prepare yourself for the ultimate Rizzler himself. The Riz Meinster, if you will. This is a real clip. I want you to focus up. If you've never seen Mike from PA, this Hasan Orbiter, please, I beg of you, lock in, focus, and see how he interacts with this female streamer. This is cinema. Absolute cinema.
That's fine. I think that's fine. So if a guy pays for my tab,
I'm getting your attention. I feel like I touched like a vampire touching holy water.
can I help you?
This is the guy who's like threatening people online. It's absolutely insane. This is one of my favorite moments in streaming history. It's this little...
I'm getting your attention.
It's the... Absolutely insane. There's no way. Riz 100. The Rizmeister himself right here. Absolutely diabolical, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy. Yeah, and people saying the couch thing. I don't have the clip. There's a clip of him punching a couch in anger, and it's just hard to watch. It's that hard to watch. It's truly a cortisol spike if you've ever seen one. Now we're gonna change up to an interesting subject that I've talked about a lot. Okay, I've talked about this for like 2 years. It involves OnlyFans. Okay, so there's been a discussion thanks to this post. It's gotten a lot of attention. You can see almost 5 million views from this post alone, pointing out this: a literal pimp. That's what someone who takes a cut from sex workers' labor is. Has been paying off our politicians to support Israel and its wars, including now in Iran. Meet the billionaire owner of OnlyFans and the single top donor to AIPAC post October 7th. Now, context. Okay? AIPAC, America's pro-Israel lobby. Now, I don't care about anybody's beliefs on X, Y, or Z involving anything involved here. But the reason I bring this up is because many of Hasan's orbiters, multiple Hasan orbiters, have OnlyFans. And it's like their primary income. And they are anti-Israel. They believe if you support Israel, you are a Zionist, you're a terrible person, you're a Nazi, what have you. Okay? But this is the owner, who is the biggest donor to AIPAC. Again, America's pro-Israel lobby. And don't even get me started on OnlyFans, okay? I've been talking about this crap. I've been pointing this out for 2 years. This article I talked about 2 years ago about all this money going to AIPAC. So anyone who claims to be anti-Israel who has an OnlyFans is full of crap. They're hypocrites, okay? Absolute hypocrites. But I hate OnlyFans as a concept because I believe it's a predatory platform. Not because it has adult content, because I genuinely believe they sell a dream, and in many ways a lie, to young girls especially, at a young age, before they're even legal, that the second you turn 18, start an OnlyFans, start selling your body. You're going to make millions. They had ads where they were showing OnlyFans girls like buying their first home through their revenue. They want young people to grow up, immediately turn 18, and start selling their body online. I think it's incredibly predatory. And then you add in this layer that makes these people massive hypocrites. Let's look at some people like Denims, who is trying to constantly track who is being funded by who? AIPAC. Wow. The same one that has the biggest donor in the name of the creator of OnlyFans? Well, wouldn't you know? Denims has an OnlyFans page. In fact, she's so unconfident in her GoFundMe for her lawsuit that she had to promote pictures from her OnlyFans in order to try to get people to donate to the GoFundMe. Smells like a bit of hypocrisy, doesn't it? Someone who claims to be so anti-Israel is helping a platform whose CEO is the top donor since October 7th of AIPAC. Interesting. For the love of the game? For the love of the game again? I mean, then again, would you get your political takes from someone who can't even find Iran on a map? These old clips are hilarious. Absolutely hilarious, by the way. The old Denims clips. She couldn't find Denmark at all, but she lumped in Iran with Turkey and Iraq. She mixed them all together. She's like, that's one super country. It's all one super country, guys. But now she's out here as the top political female streamer, as she calls herself, mocking people who she now believes are going to be deployed to the Middle East. Gleeful that people are going to be deployed because of what's going on. She clearly has an issue with what's going on here. I think for her own sake, she should focus on the lawsuit. And what I say by lawsuit in this GoFundMe, the Ethan Klein fundraiser, because this money is likely going to end up in the hands of Ethan Klein when eventually they settle with him or they lose this lawsuit. So, of course, let's move on to the happy couple. Now, we got a lot of statements in the first stream, because Straub had to help me out a lot in the first YouTube stream because things got hectic, okay? That first, you guys, if you were there, that first like 10 minutes, the wall of donations and gifted memberships and stuff was so crazy. Like I couldn't keep up, but she was here, she was helping and keeping the plane flying, and it was great. And people were like, you know, and she was interacting a lot. She's in the stream and doing all this stuff. People are like, you guys are like the Bizarro World version of these two. And you know what? I think there's something there. Okay, but let's check in on the happy couple. Okay? Now, Anissa Joma, a proud Hasan orbiter, is also a supporter of the boycotts against Israel, one of the many. These boycotts believed that if you supported companies like McDonald's and Starbucks, you were supporting Israel, therefore you were supporting genocide. So they were protesting that, and of course Anissa, with the low-hanging fruit here, said, I'll participate only because McDonald's and Starbucks are far away from me, because I'm probably not going to go there anyway, so there you go. What's up, Nux? iDubbbz is my favorite lesbian content creator. Amazing stuff. I hope you're having a good day, Nux. Thanks for dropping in, dude. What's good? But yeah, so she's in favor of these protests, these boycotts, right? Like anything that's supporting Israel. Let's take a step back. Well, unfortunately for her, oh no! Not the OnlyFans! Oh no! Another one supporting OnlyFans whose owner is the biggest donor of APAC. Oh my goodness! I can't believe this! This is unbelievable! Also, the pinned tweet on her account, diabolical, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely diabolical. And, let me see if I can find the actual... Dude, shut up. The stupid thing. The pop-ups. Let me see if I can find... I swear, by the way, I swear. iDubbbz and Anissa play copyrighted music loudly in the back of their streams so people won't react to their crap. I'm telling you. I hope I'm in the right spot.
OnlyFans.
Aha, okay. We'll play it like a limited amount, because we're not going to get flagged for this crap.
Are you streaming just to afford reptiles? No, honey. My OnlyFans affords the reptiles.
Well, there you have it, folks. She's paying for her reptiles through OnlyFans, and she is a reptile enthusiast, as you can see, even to the point of trying to bait people into donating and subbing to iDubbbz so he would eat the shed. That's the shedded skin of some of her snakes. Very interesting stuff. Yeah. You guys with the ad block recommendations, yeah, we're gonna fix that, because this is annoying. It's getting very annoying, ladies and gentlemen. I will take your recommendations. But when I see this stuff, when I see all this stuff, I just... Man, oh man. What do you say? This is just brutal. This is just brutal stuff. You know, we'll talk about iDubbbz in a second, okay? We'll talk about iDubbbz in a second. I mean, he's right where he belongs. He's right in the chair he wants to be in this shot. I mean, you couldn't... This is cinema, ladies and gentlemen. When he came on the Hasan stream, they could not have had a funnier setup. Just absolute golds, okay? But let me take a break. Let's check up on some of the donos. Let's keep up before we fall behind. Let's see, where are we at? There's a lot going on here, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, Z-Man with the $5 saying, is this the guy who once freaked out when he tried to talk to a woman? Can't keep these Hasan side pieces straight. You were 100% correct. You had the right guy. You had the Riz Master himself buckling under the pressure of being in the presence of a woman. And Joven with the $2 saying, Straub is so adorkable. Username pronounced Jovan. Okay, Jovan. Thank you for correcting me. If I ever mispronounce your names, correct me, okay? I'll try to keep that in mind. Jovan. Joven. Jovan. And then we got Tarantulol with the $2 saying, Mike from PA looks like Pat from SNL. That's pretty funny. Titan with another 2 Canadian Buckarooski saying, ugh, imagine paying for denims. I saw the price on there. It was $20. Normally I make the joke like, oh, you're selling yourself for a burger. And I say like McDonald's. Nah. That's like a Five Guys burger at least. I mean, it's a hefty price. Yamu saying, hi Rev, I love you and Straub's content through my mutual Celestium. As an artist, is it not okay to draw you two as fan art for support? And pray you guys see my comics in the future along with others. Absolutely, you have my approval. That would be a very great thing to do. I appreciate the 10 as well. And yeah, make sure you use the art tags if you want to make sure it gets noticed. And yeah, of course. Thank you very much for the 10 and look forward to it. She's selling herself for Applebee's. Oh, she's going for the 2 for $20. Ladies and gentlemen. We got the, let's see here. 2 from Mystic saying Smuggleon was right. Social media was a mistake. Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. And it's only getting worse. Buckle in. Refill your popcorn. You're going to love this next part. Okay, it's going to get worse. Then we got Gordon gifting out 5 memberships. That is 5 new Revlings. Welcome to the team. Okay? Welcome in, guys, and congrats to those who got a gifted sub. Oh, and Yamu saying, sorry for the spelling mistake. Is it okay to draw you and Straub for fan art? Of course. Thank you for the 5, and yeah, no worries at all. We appreciate art. Also on Patreon, we're trying to do like a routine fan art presentation. So anyone using the art tags, that is definitely something that'll be included. Titan as well. Imagine paying for iCucks owners with the 2 Canadian bucks. Yeah, and also it said on her account, it's like, what did it say? It's like, I'll be like blowing up your messages on OF. It's like, first of all, do you really think any of these girls are actually doing the messaging? If anything, you have a better chance it's iDubbbz writing those messages, okay? If anything. Yo, Weather with another $5 saying, Straub, I like your voice. It's cute. I'll check out more of your stuff at some point. Absolutely, you should. Absolutely. Check out Straub's content. And she covers a wide range, whether it's she's doing Bible studies, doing daily devotionals, or she's talking about some world events. She's talking about me, like even some content I talk about. Some overlap, some pop culture, entertainment stuff. She's all over the map. She's kind of like me. You love to see it. And honestly, she's probably better than me. Let's face it, guys. What am I without Straub? And last but not least, before we get back into the content, Pedro with the $2 saying, Library Wolf browser is goated too. I got it. Yeah. That just set me off, guys. That just set me off how that all just went down twice. Like, it happens like once in every great while, but to have it happen live on stream, very annoying from an ad blocker for sure. Very annoying. But let's get back into it. Thank you guys for all the support. I mean, what do you say, ladies and gentlemen? Let's pop back in here. We were talking about Mr. Edoobs. Well, what's going on with him? Well, we know that, for example, it's been a rough time, okay? His YouTube channel, he's not been around for a while on YouTube. The channel is taking a hit. And hey, you know what? Not everyone can sustain a high level of success forever. At some point, everyone starts kind of, dwindling down. But, like, you don't go from, like, one of the kings of YouTube, like, loved and getting millions of views on every video to just absolutely cataclysmically falling off to the point of just not even uploading anymore, and then going over to Twitch and just doing whatever it takes for donos and subs. And now he's been picking fights with a lot of people. I think he's trying to get attention from big streamers. He has tried to pick fights with Asmongold, with Moist Critical, claiming both of them, for example, are like either just straight up alt-right, or even saying they're allowing alt-right people into their communities, like Moist Critical. Like, Moist Critical, the guy who's like for like trans kids and like is anti-ICE, he's the guy who's like letting like a bunch of alt-right people hang in his community and foster them. What? But this right here is the saddest. I think this is the saddest of them all. Let me just play this. He's now picking, I guess, a literal fight with Sam Hyde.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. And I think once I'm like comfortably in the 200 to 210 pound range, and I've been able to maintain that for like, I don't know, 6 months or something, I think I'll box Sam Hyde.
So when he takes about forever to get to the point where he's ready to box at 200 pounds, he'll be ready. Guys, I had to be honest, and Straub's gonna laugh at this. That was like me streaming on YouTube. That was me. I was like, yeah, I'll do it when I'm ready. I gotta do this first, I gotta do this next, and when that stuff was done, I'm like, no, but I gotta actually, this time's not good. I need to actually do it then. Oh, I'll do it next week. No, next month. Oh, actually next year. Next. Eventually I did it. Now this one, I don't know if he's legitimate or not. If he actually wants to fight the Candyman himself. Like, I don't care what you think about Sam Hyde, right? If you've actually seen him train and actually box, the dude is an animal, okay? Like, he is actually legitimate. And iDubbbz is 0 for 2. He's 0-2 on his 2 boxing matches at Creator Clash, his event, his former events. I would not want to box Sam Hyde if I were him. This is like the last-ditch effort for relevancy. In fact, Sam Hyde has talked about iDubbbz recently. He basically said he feels bad for him. And if you've seen the iDubbbz documentary he tried to make, or he did just very poorly on Sam Hyde, who was trolling him the whole time, and then like the counter documentary that Sam Hyde released on that, Sam Hyde practically broke this man, okay? It was rough. And the fact that now he's entertaining Sam Hyde and he wants to fight him is just the last gasp for relevancy, to the point where Sam Hyde even says he doesn't even want to like dunk on the guy anymore because he feels so bad for him. He legitimately feels bad how hard he has fallen off over the years. That is a brutal blow. Okay? But let's return to a topic I talked about yesterday. Another Hasan Orbiter. Caseytron. Caseytron is an interesting one. She is one of the 3 recipients of the Ethan Klein lawsuits, and she actually settled and apologized publicly, basically saying she did it, and she said a lot of wrong things about Ethan and his wife Hila, and she also said that basically Hasan Piker left her high and dry and didn't support her at all, which was very funny. But in yesterday's video, I talked about this. She made a post calling out Mythic Talent and their creators, because Mythic Talent is co-founded by Asmongold, and this woman has Asmongold derangement syndrome to a critical level. So she is now doing the ultimate lame virtue signal of trying to cancel people by proxy, guilt by association, saying that if you're a part of Mythic Talent, and she lists the board of creators here, if you don't come out and leave the organization or call out Asmongold, you share his extremist alt-right views. And of course, now these people at Mythic are being harassed who are apolitical and have nothing to do with the guy. And also, Mythic is simply a talent agency trying to get people sponsorships. It's really not that deep, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, obviously you can see how this would go really poorly and cause people to be harassed. Okay? Now, I regret, well, I don't regret saying this, but I got ahead of myself. Yes, Funky, exactly. I said during this statement, she didn't say the word incel a single time. And I was blown away. I was blown away, man. I couldn't believe it. She uses incel like no other word. It's in every sentence, every tweet. She had no use of the word incel. So I decided, of all the Hasan orbiters, there's probably not much to update on since we talked about her yesterday. But dang it. She couldn't make it a day. Right back to incel. Calling people privileged incels because they called her a privileged white woman who's trying to speak on behalf of the Iranian people. Dang it, dang it, dang it. We were so close, guys. We made it almost 24 hours without the use of the word incel. And for those who don't know, I feel like I need to explain this, just like words like grifter. If you don't know what incel is, you're probably not terminally online. Congratulations, you're probably having a very fulfilling life. But incel means involuntary celibate. That means someone who wants to have intercourse, but can't, because they just can't get someone to do it with them. They're unable. It's against their will. They wish they could, but they're unable to. Now, I've been called an incel regularly, despite being a married man. In fact, there's been times, even with other VTubers calling me this, they find out that I'm married, and then they say that doesn't matter, you give off incel vibes. I mean, I got the incel particles. I'm admitting incel particles, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. The Rizless, regardless of whether or not you're married. Now, also, there's one more I did an update on, guys. I did one more update. All this, by the way, is going to be covered in today's video. A lot more condensed, a lot more neats. I just thought it'd be fun to kind of talk and do this a little more casual with you guys. And I'm not even done with the video. It's going to be a little bit late today, but that's okay. That's okay. One more person to talk about. The Froganator! The Frogmeister! Frogarino! The two-time rising Twitch star. What's the update with Frogan? Not much. The orbit is quiet on some of the ends, and the orbit with her, it's been a stalemate. Okay? Frogan! Her defense fund, the GoFundMe, or as I properly call it, the Ethan Klein fundraiser, has raised $38,000, but it's been stuck there for months, so I don't think it's going anywhere. And really, if you truly think about it, So where is it? Let's see. If it wasn't for this guy with the $10,000 donation when this thing was first announced, imagine where she would be. She'd be sitting at 28K. This is the kind of dedication I need, guys. I need an Oiler, a Giga Oiler, to come in with a $10,000 donation. This is the dedication I need. But take a step back here. This person they believe in Frogan so much, they gave $10,000. This person literally just gave $10,000 to Ethan Klein. And there is something truly poetic about that. Absolutely poetic. Frogan, come home. Please, come home. I've talked about this again. I'm not being mean. I believe she lives in California. Their minimum wage is $20 an hour at McDonald's. She's begging for rent money. She can't afford to have her cast taken off because it's $500. Just stop. Stop it. It's not worth it, especially when you're like the butt of jokes. You exist to be made fun of at this point. It's just brutal. It's absolutely brutal. It cannot be worth it. Ladies and gentlemen, it just cannot. It simply cannot be worth it. I'd ask for a refund too. A 10K for a flashbang. Imagine a chargeback. Yeah. There was also an interesting point being raised about these fundraisers. Like, it'd be interesting to see truly if all of that money really is going to what they're saying it's going to. I think it's a fair thing, especially if you're giving out $10,000. It's for the defense fund. Is all of that going to the defense fund? Do we have proof? I'm not saying there's not, but I think all of these people who have made these GoFundMes, when it's all said and done, I think it's the responsible thing to do to show that either all of it was given away as a part of a settlement or that was the legal costs. And nothing else went towards any other thing outside of the parameters of that GoFundMe goal. Because if you don't provide what you're asking for or what the goal is, there could be a refund. So I think it's a fair thing to raise, especially with, no matter what, every person involved raised tens of thousands of dollars. So I think it's fair. You look at these Hasan orbiters. This is the greatest image of all time. It's fair to ask these questions. It really is. And you know what I think of too? Remember, if you guys are familiar with like the gaming news and stuff I talk about, you remember me talking about Smash JT, okay? And when he got a lawsuit filed to him from former Kotaku journalist Alyssa Mercante, he started a GoFundMe with a simple goal of $25,000, which is, by the way, very reasonable for that sort of litigation. I think that was a fair one, a fair goal to set. And he crushed it. He got like 60K in the first couple days, and good on him. And I think it's the price has rolled out to even higher, so he definitely needed that much because it's dragged on. But I remember people mocking him for raising a GoFundMe. The same thing happened to Chibi Reviews as well. People have these GoFundMes for their causes and they get mocked. But then all of a sudden, the same side that was mocking those is supporting ones from people like Denims, Frogan, and Caseytron. Absolutely hypocritical. To say at least, get this off my screen. I'm sorry, guys. I can't. It's frozen. It's stuck. I can't get rid of it. Well, let's see. Let's catch up with some donos here, guys. You should see a link to the background music in the about section of this stream. If it's not readily available right now, I don't know how that works live. You can check out the last stream. It's in the description. If you need the background music, it is very chill. I like it. I like it a lot. Strawba found it for me. Okay. Yeah, your eyes are cleansed. I'm back. I'm back. It's okay. It's okay. Look at me. Focus on me. It's okay. We're safe. We're safe now. Your eyes are safe. Yo, Ethan. Ethan B2548 saying, big fan Rev. Love seeing people point out blatant hypocrisy all the way to the pure evil. What's the next glasses size? Well, since you asked and you gave a generous $10, here you go. You're asking all the right questions. There is a 1 unit increase for you. I appreciate that. Mathis Forget saying, hey Rev, just wanted to thank you for being one of the people to help out or go out and try new things. You, Straub, Leaf, Nux, Kirsha, Smug, Celeste, all you guys. That's right. It's a good time to be a content creator, and it's a lot of familiar names there. A lot of people deal with the same stuff that I deal with. And you know what? You just keep pressing on. Because, you know, you got lots of people who appreciate you. Just like this. Great stuff. Thank you for the 10. And Panda, Big Panda, with another 2 saying, iDubbbz is the Scrappy-Doo of the internet. No, he's actually a dragon these days. Have you seen the VTuber model he uses? He's a proud dragon. Yo, Weather with another 5 saying, I like your voice too, Rev. You have a nice, deep voice. Good for a YouTube censorship. Cannot use a gender term. My goodness, that's terrible. iDubbbz VTuber now as well. Yes, that's right. He is the dragon. Yo, Kleineroo with the 2 Canadian bucks. You Canadians today. My goodness. I got $2. That's $2 more than I deserve, quite frankly. Thank you so much. Daniel, another 5, saying, oh no, Rev's making us all incels, aura farming us by Caseytron's logic. Well, anyways, I'm aura farming. You guys are honorary incels, whether you're not or you are. You are today. You're also honorary chuds. You're welcome. And Weather with another 5 saying, we can make it, guys. 5 out of 10,000. Oh, we're so close. We got to get to that level of the Frogan Whaler, who gave her 10K. We're so close. So close. Yo, and Mystic Tomato with the $2 as well, saying she's a pot of greed. I mean, that could apply to a lot of people in this scenario. But where this all goes from here, guys, your guess is as good as mine. Okay, these lawsuits, 2 more still in play, and it's more content. It's just more content for us, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it is at the end of the day. It's great to be here enjoying it. And I think, guys, for today, that's going to do it for the stream. I had a great time. I hope you guys did as well. Thank you for the crazy support, all of the new members. Oh, one more. Love your content. Please accept my humble Mossad shekels. No, you can't do that. You can't. That's not a currency I can accept. They're going to say I'm a Mossad agent. No. Thank you so much for the donation. This happens all the time. Thank you very much. But thank you guys for the stream. Thank you for the new memberships, the gifted. Running the train, thank you for the $2. Oh my goodness, this happens every time. So we're all in incels, correct. Thank you, Running the Train. And also, Black Wolf with the 5 saying, thank you for your donation. You took the words right out of my mouth. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, guys. Thank you for all of the support. The memberships, the gifted memberships, the donos, and just hanging out. I will see you very soon. I got a lot of stream ideas planned, so get ready. Enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, night, what have you. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Peace. Oots.